do a video today how to change your fog lights or your fog light bulb or upgrade your fog lights. We're actually going to upgrade them today, but it will cover all these topics on the Land Rover Freelander 2. This is the pre-facelift one, which goes from about 07 to 2010, 2011 with your grille looking like that and these round fog light surrounds here. If you've got the squarer ones, the process will be much the same and it uses the same fog lights, but getting that front bit off might be different. Right, and Ian, do you want to... Right, so we've got to take that bezel out. It's just held on with spring clips, so we can just... Are you going to go from the outside? Sometimes you can get in... let's have a look at that. Some of these have a little... If you have a look at the top there, Ian, they got a little cutout in the top there. Can you see there on the inside that you can sometimes get your finger in as well? So these are held in place, just these sort of springy clips around the outside, so they just pop out. We do some chrome and carbon upgrade bezels as well for those. Right, and there's your little lonely fog light sitting in there. Your left hand fog light and your right hand fog light are exactly the same. They're a sort of universal Valio type fog light. Right, and what fixings have we got there? It looks like we've got one at the top there. We've got one underneath it where you can see those green tabs. And then on the other side we've got, where's the other one? Ah, yeah, that's the third one there. So everywhere you've got those green tabs. I don't know if the four... Oh, we got four on this one, have we? We got four. Oh, they've gone... Yep, sorry, there are four. So where all those green tabs are, and they've got a little Torx T20 screw on there. So we've got... Now, it should be quite a quick job. Should be a 10-minute job. Now...
Bulbs, what fogs you're putting in. If you're just changing bulbs or going for a standard replacement, it should be quick.
Yeah. Right, let's have a look at that screw he's taken out while he carries on. So it's a sort of self-tapping type flanged head Torx T20. There's a Torx head on it. Yeah, so you might have a cracked lens is a common reason you want to change it. Sometimes the reflectors do go, they go all white and powdery over time, or you might just be changing your bulb. We do also sell the upgraded bulbs on these, so these are H11 halogen bulbs. We do the Osram night breaker bulbs, which are quite a good upgrade. But today, actually, later on in the video, we're going to upgrade these to the Osram LED fog lights, which we've got out up there.
You do have a separate video for all the options.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we've just done another video, so if you look below, we'll put the link below on all the different options, because there's about 6 different types of fog lamps available for these. Right, so there you go. You can see we've got the connector, you've got an adjuster there, that blue cap there is the breather, and you can see inside those little fittings, they're just plastic fittings. Right, so you've got a little tab on there, you've got to put, is it that grey tab? It's that grey tab by the looks of it. If you, oh no, you're right. I think it's those side ones there, yeah. Pull those. Yeah, that's it. So let's just have a look at that connector. There you go. So it's those 2 side tabs you've got to pull out. There's not a handy little pressy thing on those, is there? No. And if you look at the end of that connector, there's a bar along the bottom. Can you see that there? Yeah, thanks. So you can only plug it in one way. So when you're plugging it in, when you look at the bulb, there's the bulb there. You can see there's only one way. So yeah, to remove the bulb, you just rotate it 30 degrees, and there's the bulb. When you replace the bulb, don't touch the glass bit because it can cause early failure of the bulb. So there we go, that's how to remove it. Right then, let's have a look at what we're going to replace it with. We're going to upgrade to these Osram LED lights. In the kit you get the 2 lights. You don't plug one into the left and one into the right, you plug one in on the one side and then there's a cable that runs across. So it looks like that one's going to be... Which side's that going to go in, or does it not really matter?
It doesn't really matter as long as you get the feed in.
Okay, yeah. So right, let's have a go with that then. So undangle the long lead. That should be enough. And then we're going to have to feed that, yep. We're going to have to feed that in through the back of the bumper. So we've got room to get him in there. Cable tie him up from underneath. So that will go across to the other fog light. We'll have to cable tie that. plug that in. Again, that should be polarized so it goes the right way. Check that connector goes on. That's it, make sure it clicks. Now there is an adjuster on these, isn't there, Ian? Let's just have a look at that. So you can get an adjuster up from the bottom which will move as you screw that in and out. It will adjust the whole light. The cage is fixed, but the whole light moves up and down, and you can adjust your beam pattern. I've never really found it that critical for fog lights, but I guess it could be an option. What hat Ian got on today? Which hat's that one, Ian?
I don't have a clue, I can't see it. You tell me.
Blue and white, I can't read what's written on it. You've upturned the lip. Right, so we'll get on and screw that back in. So it's using the same screws, and then we'll have a look at the best way to route that cable. We'll screw that back in and come back on the cable routing. So we've screwed that in, but make sure you feed the wire that's going over to the other lamp over the top of the washer bottle, because then what it will do, well, it will come out. Right then, we're looking for the black glossy wire in our end. It will come out in the corner there. If you follow where the washer bottle feed goes down, it'll come out there. And what we've done is we've routed the cable. Let me see if I can point out to you. It's this cable here, so you can see it goes down there. And we're just going to route it to the little clips along the top of the radiator. So we're going to go, I don't know if my light is helping. Here you go. We're going to go along the top of this radiator panel here, and then over the other side. If you follow the wire that goes down below the headlight there, it should come out into the fog light aperture. Takes a bit of wiggling, but it's not too bad. Right, Ian's just removing the other fog light, so we'll have a look. Have you got it out? Can we see you in there? In fact, you take that light in and shine the light inside, and then we'll give us a. You shine the light into the so we can see we've got a route in through under there. Right then, okay. So there is a route, so if you shine a light, you'll soon work out. So we'll have a go at routing that through now. So after you've got a small child to help you thread the wire through, it's actually not that bad. Coat hanger might make it a bit easier. You'll have your little connector. So if you disconnect the fog light on this side, so we've still got the old fog light hanging out, pull those two little ears apart. That's it, eject that. And then what you get is a blank for this side, so they give you a little dummy that you can just, so if you ever want to refit the original fog lights, it'll stop the water corroding the terminal. So that's all blanked off, so that's a nice little touch actually. Tuck that out of the way somewhere it's not going to rattle. And then we've got the other connector here for the other fog light. Okay, so that's the other fog light. We're going to screw that in. The little hexy bit goes at the top, then the little bit there goes at the top. So we'll plug that in, and then we'll put all the bezels back in, give you a little demo, and we'll turn the fog lights on. Okay, so thing to know, when you go to refit the fog light bezels, there's this little slot here. You've got to line that up with that little groove there. So when you're putting it back in, if you don't think it's going in, make sure you get those lined up there, or you'll be in a pickle. That's it. So that's the fog light fitted back in. We'll go and turn it on now. It's going to look bright on the camera anyway, but let's have. So we fitted the fog lights, turned them on, and you can see, well I can see, I don't know what it's going to come out in the video, but the fog light is a much whiter light, typically as it is with LEDs, than the normal headlights. And if you have a look on the garage wall, you can see this area here. This is the headlight pattern, and you can see this very distinct shape across here is the LED fog light beam, and that should be just the job in fog. Actually, that looks like it will be a pretty good marker on the road. So good luck if you decide to do that fog light upgrade.